finally safe to start nibbling at the cybersecurity plays again? Or is this group still too risky to get involved with? That's the question you need to ask yourself when it comes to a terrific one, CyberArk, CYBR, the Israeli cybersecurity firm that helps companies protect what are known as privileged accounts or administrator accounts, which have become juicy targets for hackers because these accounts control the proverbial keys to the digital kingdom. Here's a stock that's been obliterated, along with the rest of the cybersecurity cohort, down 50% from its all-time highs last summer, down 15% just since the beginning of 2016. Now, in part, that weakness is because when CyberArk reported a little less than a month ago, the company gave what some people thought was a mixed outlook for 2016. And even though the actual quarter was quite strong, in my opinion, the subpar guidance caused the stock to sink over 10% the next day. I think they're just being conservative. However, ever since then, CyberArk has been working its way higher to the point which is now up 21% from its lows the day after it reported. I got to wonder if all the potential weakness is already baked into the share price, meaning the stock could have more room to run. So let's take a closer look with Udi Mokady. He is the founder and CEO of CyberArk Software. Find out more about where his company is headed. Mr. Mokady, welcome back to Mad Money.
Good
to see you.
Thank you, Jim.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
Okay, Udi, there's some news about cybersecurity. Home Depot today is going to pay $13 million compensation to affect the massive breach, the 2014 data breach. Udi, when I saw that, and it was only $13 million, I said, is the price so low that maybe companies just don't know what could really happen here?
Well, what happens is there's also the reputational effect in such breach, and of course companies are trying to get ahead of it and make sure that they're not in the news.
Well, but if it's $13 million, could some other company say, you know what, the worst that happens, we write a check that's not that big?
What we're seeing is increased demand because customers really want to make sure that they control their network, that they have their secrets don't leak out, that their customer information doesn't come out. And 2015 actually showed some very big data breaches.
I know, but you know, when I was going over the conference that you recently had, your CFO had with JMP Securities, I was surprised. Someone actually asked a question about macro. They said, do people cut back on cybersecurity when things get tough? How is that possible? Would anyone ever do that?
It's an excellent question because we've seen the opposite. We've seen our projects continue to grow, and because we're protecting the kingdom, we're protecting the business. And so actually, I would say that, and we've been around since, we were around in 2008, and we did very well. It was a record year for us at the time. So I would say that cybersecurity, especially if it's measurable security like we provide, is a growth opportunity. But
one of the things I thought was really important in one of your presentations, people leave, and they the company forgets that they have the privilege. You're somehow, is it with this new CyberArk privilege threat 3.0? Are you able to detect that? Because that's got to be a principal worry that companies aren't thinking about.
Yeah, we constantly promote and protect against insider threat, rogue insiders, but also people that leave and the back doors just stay in there. With 3.0, we even went an extra step. We're protecting what I call the passport authority, the Active Directory, which is like giving out passwords to roam directly into the network. So we detect active attacks against the Active Directory, preventing full takeover over the network.
Okay, now, when we had Cisco on recently, and I was speaking to Chuck Robbins, they offer what they think is a soup-to-nuts platform. Is it entirely possible that what's happened is that some companies just have this privilege account thing with a larger package, or do you work with all these guys?
We work with all these guys. We're complementary to other security providers, definitely to Cisco. And when it comes to privilege account security, the security thing is very important. They want to buy it from the best-of-breed provider, and we're the market leader.
I have to ask you, because you are a security expert, and you know a tremendous more about it than I do. Were you surprised that the FBI couldn't crack the Apple phone?
A little bit, but it's also a good testament to the Apple products and the encryption behind it.
Would you be able to do it if they hired you?
I wouldn't try. We're in the protecting business, proactive protection.
Not bad. Okay, so Salesforce is a company that's been on the show for many, many years. When I see them, I just think them as a platform. What do you offer a platform enterprise software company?
We actually secure companies like Salesforce because they have servers, they have applications, they have people on the inside. Their customers want to know that they can put their data in Salesforce and that administrators or attackers can't get into it. So companies like us, SaaS providers and others are definitely good customers for us.
Well, you know, it made sense. Salesforce got a lot of sensitive data, and I know you do a lot in healthcare, Humana. But what could you do for ConAgra? I mean, it's a food company.
You know what? Every company has at least personally identifiable information. They have consumer data, and their whole business runs on IT. A trucking company runs on IT. And so we were seeing diversification across verticals. We used to mostly sell to financial services. Now we're seeing energy and foods and beverage manufacturers, and they all have a business to protect.
It seems like that Europe's gotten strong for you. Is it they're just waking up to it, or they didn't have enough money to spend on it? What changed in Europe that it's actually going like this?
We've been always investing internationally. We really take pride in being a very global company with customers in 65 countries. So it's actually results of being there, being the market leader, and capturing the opportunity as the awareness grows, because the awareness is really strong here in the U.S., but it's expanding eastbound. We're also investing in APAC.
All right, last question. How do you not look at the stock price? I mean, the stock price has done absolutely, it's not correlative at all with the business. Business has been very hot. We could show a million charts, just like this. You just pay no attention to it?
Look, I care about our shareholders, and of course, this is my job to make sure that they see great returns. But what I tell our employees is don't look at a stock on a given day. We're in a long-term business. I'm a founder. We're here to grow a large global information security company. We've been executing great. We had a tremendous 2015. And so we're very confident, and our employees are very bullish about the business.
Well, one day people will like speculative stocks again. This is one that is based on a lot of terrific technology. That's Udi Makati. He's the founder, president, and CEO of CyberArk Software, which has done everything that Wall Street wants. But sometimes it's not enough. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.